Okay, so thank you so much for joining me first of all. So this is going out on Sportskeeda Wrestling on Dropkick DiSKussions, our brand new show. Thank you for joining us, Leo. First of all, we need to talk about your new single, Scenic Lullaby. For me, that just came right out of the blue. I don't know if it was something that you've been planning for a long while, or was it just something that you decided to put out there?
It was something that I definitely wanted to put out as a project. I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do with it or when I wanted to put it out. But I've always written poetry, and this was right and felt like I needed to express what I was going through or what I've gone through in my life, and that's kind of how it came about. But it was something that I wrote a while ago, and just recently I was like, you know what, maybe I should put this out. Yeah,
definitely. And is that a one-off? Was it just one single spur of the moment, or can we expect any more, like maybe more singles, an EP, even an album?
Oh, definitely. I definitely think that eventually I will put out more music, especially at the reactions and the responses that I've been getting the last couple of days, which have been super overwhelming, but in a good way. The responses have been super positive, and I'm glad that everybody is enjoying it. And yeah, I definitely want to put out more. I feel like this is something that I was meant to do on top of wrestling, because I come from a musical family, so it's cool to step into the music industry.
Definitely, yeah, and that was one of the things that I think a lot of people like myself thought was incredible about it, was it's a rap, but like you said, with you being like a wrestler as well, it seemed like you were more kind of cutting a promo, but like a beat behind it. Like the lyrics had some meaning, there was rhythm there. It just seemed the music was in the background and helped it along. Do you think that
Definitely.
As well? Yeah, and do you think the wrestling was a big inspiration, or were there particular musical inspirations for it?
There wasn't any like musical inspiration or anything. Again, I feel like it was something that I don't know. I feel like at the times I can be misunderstood, because I'm usually a pretty quiet guy, like in person. I'm pretty like laid back and stuff like that, which is completely different from what people see on television.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm never as good with my words when I talk to people, and that's why I don't usually talk. But I just felt like, putting things down on paper and writing and like thinking about my thoughts of why I feel this way and putting it into music has definitely helped me express myself in ways that I feel like I'm not going to say incapable of doing, but I find it very difficult doing in person. So that's why I did it through a song.
Definitely. And do you think that being a great speaker on television has helped the rap, or do you think the rap has just come from a whole other place altogether?
I think it's come from a whole other place as one, but I feel like also maybe the promos, I think, definitely has helped with my confidence.
Yeah.
That was something that I never felt like I would be able to do, was speak in front of a crowd like that, and have such an impact when I speak or say anything, and have people wanting to see me talk, and literally just putting up a microphone to my face, and people are like wondering, oh, what is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? So just that power alone, I feel like, has helped me so much in music, and being able to write, and having that confidence that when I write something and put it out, then I could potentially have the power to allow people to like listen to what I'm trying to say.
Definitely, yeah. And that's, I think, a lot of people know about you being a great talker, I think a lot of people now know about you being great in the ring, but before you reached WWE, one of my favourite things I've ever seen, I'm going to confess, I wasn't that well versed until I saw this video, and it was you taking a powerbomb off of the ladder through a table, and I think that was the first time I ever was introduced to Lio Rush. Did you know that was going to be so controversial when you did it, or was it just one of those spur of the moment, let's go for this kind of things?
No, that story is so crazy. I know it's been covered by Joey before, Joey Janela.
Yeah.
And that entire spot was not supposed to happen. It was not supposed to happen like that. This was me and Joey's 4th or 5th match, I believe, in CCW, and it was after a long feud, and this was kind of like the blow off, and right before I went to WWE, and I remember the spot was, it was supposed to be a powerbomb off of the second rope.
Yeah.
Through the table, and that was it. I wasn't supposed to get up. I wasn't supposed to do anything. But I remember messing with the table in the ring, and both of the legs were completely like broken. Like the screws were like gone.
Yeah.
And I told Joey in the ring, hey man, if we move this table, because it was already set up, and I told him, if we move this table, it's probably gonna break.
Yeah. So
wherever we are right now, let's just try to think of something so that we don't have to move the table, and that we can just do the table spot successfully without getting you effed up chant. So we saw the table was like positioned right in front of the ladder, and we were like, oh God, okay, let's just do something off the ladder. And then I remember him telling me to climb up the ladder, and he's like, I'm going to powerbomb you off of there, I want you to stand up. And I was like, okay. So it was actually Joey's idea, but I got a lot of the backlash because I was the one who stood up. So that entire night was pretty crazy.
Yeah, you definitely got the raw end of that deal, but it stuck with me, and I think even to this day it's definitely still my favourite Lio Rush moment. But what would your favourite? Yeah, what would your favourite Lio Rush moment be?
My favorite Lio Rush moment. Man, there's so many cool moments that I had on the independent circuit, as well as like the WWE. But I don't think I can narrow it down to a specific moment on the independent scene. But I just think my entire feud with Joey Janela was definitely the most memorable for me, because people were so emotionally invested in, anything that we did, whether there was like return vignettes or promos or like the matches themselves, and the whole run with the Black Heart character was pretty awesome too, and a lot of people remember that character on my time on the independent scene. But I would say in the WWE, I think just everything that I did with Bobby is as much as a lot of people didn't like it, or a lot of people did like it, or anything like that. Like, it gave me a lot of good publicity. It gave me a lot of good energy, and it made my confidence in speaking just so, man, it's hard to put into words, because I was never a good talker. I wasn't known for being a promo guy, and my time with Bobby and working with him and doing the stuff that we did on television, it just gave me a confidence that I never knew that I had. So I think all of my stuff with Bobby was fun. It was funny, and it was very hard to keep a straight face on anything that we did promo wise. So that was a good time. Yeah,
I think you said there that some people liked it, some didn't. I think the best thing about wrestling now is that everything is polarizing. No one loves it, something, or not everyone will love something. It's always some people like it, and then someone else will hate it. There's always going to be that.
Yeah.
I think you said there about that most people would kind of think you're talking in WWE, and that was maybe a highlight for you. I actually really thought, like, whenever you got the chance to shine in ring, you did so. Like, I think my favourite match was actually one on 205 Live against Cedric Alexander. Like, that one I thought was incredible. But 205 Live, like, everyone that watches it loves it, but it doesn't seem to get as many eyes on it as Raw or SmackDown. Do you feel like in WWE you reached your full potential, or is there stuff that people still need to see? Do people still need to see more talking or more in-ring action to see the whole Lio Rush?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, like I never thought that I would be in the position that I was in WWE. I moved up in the ranks so quickly that I couldn't even think on what I was doing next, or what had happened from going to NXT to 205 to Monday Night Raw. Everything was just moving so quick, and although I did get an opportunity to wrestle on 205 Live, and which was why I got brought to the WWE. I had such an unexpected, successful run, I would say, in being a talker, which I didn't think was going to happen in a million years. But I definitely feel like there's a lot that I still want to accomplish as far as wrestling, and I think that I do still want to show the world that I can be one of the best, professional wrestlers in the world, on top of being a pretty decent talker. So.
Yeah, definitely, and add some music in there as well, and just take on the world at everything. So on that note, what's next for Lio Rush?
Right now, I've been enjoying some time with my wife, with my kids. It's so crazy because I always say that things happen for a reason, and I got to spend this time with my family and think back on everything, and think about where I am and where I want to go. And I've also got an opportunity to work on this music, which is what I've been wanting to do for a long time that I never had the time to do. So right now I'm, again, just enjoying some time with some family and working on some things that I've always wanted to do, because I definitely want to, I've been putting kind of an image out there and saying that it's okay to have more than one dream, and it's okay to have more than one goal. And even though I do want to be a professional wrestler, and that's something that I've always wanted to accomplish, being a musical artist is also something that I want to accomplish too. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, definitely, man. And hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully we see more of you in ring, hear more about you, hear more songs on the radio, and just hear Lio Rush taking on the world. And thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man.